Okay, yes, I finally got it working. Alright. Yeah, but don't touch anything, okay? Or the display is gonna fuck up, or the game's gonna, like, close itself because I don't even know what I'm touching. Welcome to The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. It is 27 degrees outside. I am dying, and yes, I'm here with another series. It is the month of July, and honestly, I have no idea why I'm starting all these series. It just kind of ended up this way. But I really wanted to start this series, and we are doing it now. This is a super long video game franchise by Nihon Falcom, which is a developer that I haven't actually showcased because all we've been playing really is like Atlas and Sega. So it's time to add a new experience to that catalog. I've only played Tokyo Xanadu EX, which is a very old game by this company, and that kind of really exposed me to their catalog. It's a mid-sized JRPG, I would say, but these games aren't really that popular when compared to bigger JRPGs like Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, or Persona these days. So I really wanted to jump into it because I've started to collect a majority of the older games now, so I feel like we can kind of just jump into this and get a bit better picture in the games, because it's like there's like 9 games or something. No, there's like 12 games on Steam, so it's kind of crazy. But without further ado, let me just quickly check my options, and then we're just ready to go. It's an old game, so like it's not like I need to turn shit down or anything. Alright, start. Average difficulty for those wanting a little challenge. A difficult setting for those who want to find It's Your Funeral. May Idios be with you. You know, of course I'm doing normal. You know, you see the thing about this game is that it's an old JRPG. So you know that it's going to be hard. You already know. I played the old Mega Man. God, I love these graphics already. It reminds me of old Dragon Quest. So my name is Estelle. Daddy's really late. I even got a message from the guild saying he'd be home too. He died adventuring. And I almost read that as Shea. Shara's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored. Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit more before dinner. Classic dad behavior. Hey, I'm home. Oh, he actually came back. Sorry I had to keep you waiting, Estelle. Cassius. Did you take good care of the house while I was away? Of course I did. Did you run into any trouble? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you? Nope. I'm as fit as a fiddle. What does he have in his hands? Apples? That reminds me though, I brought you a present. Really? What kind of present? Any fishing poles? Sneakers? Something for my training? Yes, I got you the new Air 1s. Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry? I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. You're based. And jewelry breaks when you go play outside with it on. Anyways, what's with the big blanket? Is that my present? Oh, you're a sharp one. Now why don't you have a look? Also, it's been a while since I played a narration game. What? I brought you home a brother. Surprise! Also, sorry, I'm going to be taking kind of like some small breaks to blow my nose because my allergies are horrendous this summer. Also, last summer they were horrendous too, and every summer. Oh. Okay, so who's this? Well, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? I brought you home your future husband, don't ask. What? Why is my present a boy? Don't make such a fuss or you'll wake him up. Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? Yo, Estelle thought that her dad brought home a dead guy. Looks kind of dead if you ask me. I've treated his wound, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it. Okay. He sure sleeps soundly, and he almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that too. He certainly does have a nice head of dark hair, and a pair of amber eyes to go with it. That's nice and all, but how about you How about you come clean and fess up? Fess up? Yeah, who is this kid anyway? Why is he hurt? Why did you bring him to our house? Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray mommy? Yo, Estelle kind of sharp. I like her. Where have you been picking up these kinds of words? No doubt from Sherazard. Oh, I almost read that as Shelazard, I assume. Yep, that's right. For heaven's sake, that girl's gonna get me into trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business. And I don't even know his name. You mean bracer business? Something like that. Oh, look. Huh? He's waking up. I like how the boy, like... I like how all the character models are just objectively lower res than the blanket for some reason. Like, why is the blanket higher quality? Okay. Wow, his eyes really are the color of amber. Fuck you. Where am I? Is this Skyrim again? So you're awake now, aren't you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please just try to rest. What are you trying to pull? Huh? You must be out of your mind. What? Why did you just leave me there to die? Why, now that's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just worked out that way work for you? Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright. Okay. Do you have an idea what you're getting yourself into? Hey. Yo, Estelle just drop-kicked him. You're sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that is just going to make it take longer for your body to heal. And just who are you supposed to be? I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright. She's my daughter. Don't you remember me telling you that I have a daughter your age? Now that you mention it. Wait a minute, don't try to change the sub. Damn, she hit him with the double. Quit yelling. Alright already. But you jumping on me like that isn't gonna make me heal any faster either. I don't hear you yelling again, do I? Look, jumping on me like that is just gonna make things worse. Do I hear yelling? Never mind, just forget it. That's a word of advice. It would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Even I would stand a chance if I made her mad enough. Yeah, I could see that. By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh? My dignity? Your name, you know, the thing that people call you. I told you mine already, so why don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours? It seems like the logical thing to do if you ask me. Try to hide it now would only serve as your detriment. But fine. My name is... Arnold Black. Is this where I get to name the protagonist or something? Oh, it's the opening. Oh, great. I can blow my nose now. A harmonica? I heard they're also remaking this game, by the way, on the Switch, so this is a great time to play it too. Yo, bro hasn't even told us his name yet. How is he gonna be in the opening? I don't even know his name. I gotta check this IP on anime as well. I wonder if they make anime of this series. Not like I'll watch it. I'll play the games first, obviously. But yeah, we're not about to have another Neo incident. Was that the cloud pose? We just flew over the Great Wall. This appears to be like a grand adventure type of game where we're just kind of going across the world in our airship or something. All right. Oh, nice. Cassius is making some eggs Benedict for me. Ugh, it's so bright and oh, she's all grown up now. Oh. Stop, I just woke up too. I slept like a rock. That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook this morning. I wonder if that means Joshua's still in bed. Oh my god. He's got my name too. Ah, guess that's a no. Well, guess I better get myself ready then. Bravo. Nice. Bravo. That's what I said. Good morning, Estelle. I didn't wake you. Nah, I was already up when I heard you start to play. I can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Not that I mind. What's with that siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber? Yo, I could tell I'm already gonna like Estelle. What do you mean, woman? We're the same age and I'm hardly a man. How wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house. That makes you something like my loyal follower, wouldn't you agree? Yeah, how fortunate for you. You could at least try and sound a little bit sincere. It really is a nice tune though, cheerful yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. Find it in the Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky OST. That's right, The Whereabouts of Light. I wish I could play the harmonica like you. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It's really just a matter of concentration. You're probably right. I guess my problem is just that I don't do something that uses my whole body. I start to feel drowsy. Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around some kind of stuff like reading and music. No girl's gonna be impressed with just that. Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies. God damn it, Estelle. We live in a flippin' cabin in the woods away from society. Although I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? Hey, that's not true. I know plenty of girls that are shoe enthusiasts. Collecting bugs, yeah, that's a new one. That's enough talk about hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I'll believe that when I stop finding beetles in the hallway. Hey, Estelle, Joshua. Oh, this series is gonna be hilarious. The male protagonist has my name. I'm not used to saying my name. Morning, Dad. Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? It's ready and waiting. Why don't you both hurry on down before it gets cold? Okay. I'm on my way. Wow, what a nice family. Certainly things won't take a turn for the worse. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuck. Estelle, there's nothing on our plate. Are you eating or inhaling? Huh. Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot. Well, make sure you get enough rest, but don't forget to pour that energy into your work too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? That's right, I'll be a review of everything we've learned up to this point. Oh god, SATs. And once we finish, we'll be bracers just like you, Dad. Okay. I'm assuming a bracer is some sort of graduate, like an alumni, I guess? That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore either. You still lack understanding, Estelle. You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning, or in other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer. Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Let's not start a rivalry here, you two. And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later on today, remember? Huh? Wait, what test? Me IRL? Please tell me they didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've been learning in training? Don't you remember Shara saying that if we failed we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework? Crap, totally forgot. Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that. Don't sweat it, I'm sure we'll manage somehow or other. Star emoji. I honestly don't know how you survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a scythe. Papa is sad. How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? Huh, you're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you. I swear the two of you act so much alike, but whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon. Shara's gonna be waiting for us. Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting. No, I don't. Please tell me, game. Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular you like to eat, Dad? Eggs Benedict. With no Benedict. Huh? Something I'd like to eat, huh? How about Rouen-style scalloped fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce? Just say less. What's that? I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle, or our stomachs. You're right, I just wanted to see what kind of reaction I would get. I'll just have the usual fried fish and omelette. No need for anything fancy, but do try to make something edible. How rude, but I can't actually say he's wrong. Actually, I do have one favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick me up a copy of the Liberl News from the General Goods Store. They're supposed to be getting the latest edition in today. What? Don't you guys have smartphones? Wait, this is a fantasy game. No smartphones here. Got it, one copy of the Liberl News from the General Goods Store. So imagine reading the newspaper here. Received 500 Mira. If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending. Alright, thanks, Dad. Damn, rest in peace, Josh. Josh doesn't get any allowance. Okay, we're headed out now. See you later, Dad. Work hard and give Sherazard my regards. Oh, I can move around now. Yeah, oh my god. This is what they meant by running as the default command in the configuration menu. Okay, can I like interact with anything? By the way, Dad, is it going to be alright if you stay at home like this instead of going to the guild today? You haven't been there for a couple of days now. Unfortunately, I have a lot of paperwork to sort out. But don't you worry, I'm carrying a big enough workload that the guild will not likely to fire me anytime soon. That's not exactly the most convincing thing I've heard come out of your mouth. Yeah. What's in here? I think this is the dad's study, right? Yeah. Okay, this is the front of the house. Let's just get accustomed to the UI first. Okay, so B is menu. Status. Estelle Bright. quite a lot of stats. All right. Equipment. Oh, nice. We share the same last name. Okay. Orbment. I have no idea what that is. Items. Okay. Tactics. Options. And files. Okay, cool. Pretty simple. I've also heard that this game, or rather this series, has like a flip ton of missables. I am going to say right off the bat, I'm not going to worry about it too much. If I miss something, it's okay. I'll get it in my second playthrough. There's a standing log for staff practice. Okay. But I will do my best to, obviously, analyze everything. Alright, let's get going. Elise Highway. So does this game use like random encounters, or is it just like actual monsters on the road? West is the Bright House. Oh nice, we have our own sign that says this is our house. North, Roland, 49 Selge. I guess Selge is the distance metric. South is Garoon Gate, 259 Selge. Okay, well, let's stay on the path, right? I'm headed to the city. This is the map. Oh god, yeah, this is an old game. I can't even zoom in or zoom out. City of Roland. Looks like we made good time. Yeah, like literally 30 seconds. Not too early, not too late either. We just barely graduated from Sunday school. I never dreamed we'd get to study so hard to become bracers. Well, you're in luck. Today is our last day of training. Truth be told though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place, so I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort. Yeah, I guess I did. Alright then. Let's get to it and make it through this last hazing from Shara. You look ready to me. Let's go meet with Shara at the Bracer Guild over there then. But why don't I explore? 8 arms and what? And guards. Top of the morning to you kids. Okay, Jacksepticeye. Good morning, Mr. Elgar. Good morning, sir. Oh, you're up rather early, aren't you? Correct me if I'm wrong, but today's your last day of training, isn't it? I seem to remember you saying something about it the last time I had you run the store. Yeah, that's right. I see. Well, I'm sure you'll do just fine. Now, Estelle, on the other hand, I've got good reason to worry. She's always been a bit scatterbrained ever since she was a child. Probably all the knocks she took to the head playing with the boys. Really? So I guess that scatterbrain trait isn't something new, huh? I'll give you a head injury if you don't shut up. Don't call me scatterbrain. Okay, you two, let's not fight now. Shouldn't you be getting over to the guild? Yeah, don't worry, Estelle. I'm gonna make sure everyone respects you at the end of this game. Who is this? Good morning, Stella. Oh my, well if it isn't Estelle and Joshua. Are you on your way to bracer training? Yep, just you watch. I'm gonna pass this exam and be as good as a bracer as Shara too. You're darn right you are. I have faith in you. By the way, Estelle. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Did you wash your face? How about your teeth? Did you brush them too? I did wash my face and I did brush my teeth before I recorded. Thanks for asking. Josh is so fastidious, but you always forget to take care of yourself. That is true, I sometimes do. Like how I forget to eat when I'm recording. Come on, that was a long time ago. I don't do that anymore, right? Now that you mention it, you did take off from home the other day with your hair all in a mess, right? That was only because it was an emergency. Mr. Renan got the news Strega brand sneakers was in on that day. Strega sneakers? Okay. Imported straight from P3. Estelle? Yes? You listen to me carefully. For a girl your age, you need to take care of these things. If your appearance is messy, you won't look like someone that people can trust even if you are a bracer. Your appearance is a reflection of what is on the inside. Alright, I'll be more careful from now on. Well, that's that. Now, how about both of you get on over to the guild? Man, you just can't argue with her. Oh, that's really cool, though. There's just like random NPC dialogue that's revolved around what's currently going on. Okay. Who's this? Hey, kid. Oh, Estelle and Josh. Good morning, Uni. Aren't Luke and Pat with you today? They were here just a minute ago. The two of them are suddenly took off and went somewhere. Well, maybe they're down in the sewers? No? Okay. Can't go in the sewers. I can't go through here either. What is this place? I'm just on my way over to the Forest of Mistwall to the south of here for work. There was a merchant from Bose who came here to buy lumber. I need to get enough ready for the order I received. Oh, this is the Bracer Guild. Okay, we gotta go there. That's the red. Renon General Goods. Good morning, Mr. Renon. Hello there, Estelle and Josh. You're up rather early today. Did you come to buy a new pair of shoes? Now that you mention it, are there any new ones in stock? You know, like the newest Stregas? Unbelievable. You're already forgotten why we came here to begin with. We're not here to shop. We're supposed to be buying a copy of the Liberl News for Dad, right? Ahaha, of course. You've always been a big collector of these shoes, haven't you, Estelle? I'm afraid these new Stregas aren't out yet. If you're after the latest issue of the Liberl News, though, I should have them around noon. Huh. That's right in the middle of our training at the guild house. We'll stop by again after our training is over. Sure, I'll be waiting for you. Oh my god, she's a sneakerhead. Well, they got news in this city. It's pretty cool. The morning air is so crisp and fresh. Let's see, it's about time I water my lovely flowers. Where? Oh, there's some flowers there. Okay, I see. So this game isn't like Dragon Quest where I can just look at people's dressers and steal their clothes or something. God. The weather's so wonderful and revitalizing today. I have this strange feeling that something good is going to happen. Yeah, like a demon lord attacking. Well, look what the cat dragged in. Estelle and Josh, how you been? This guy's name is Fate. Grand Order. Good morning, sir. How's your father, Cassius? Is he doing well? Yup, he's doing so well it might even surprise you. I don't think there's anyone else his age who's in such good shape. Is that so? My daughter's really wanted to see him, but he hasn't showed his face around here in a while. Could you give him a message for me? Tell him that Fate says he'd like to talk about the old days sometime. Sure, we'll tell him. Hey, Josh. How does Mr. Fate know Dad so well again? I know they're friends and all, but... I've heard they were battle buddies during their days in the Royal Army. Okay, so her dad... Cassius used to be Royal Army. Got it. Oh yeah, that's right. Estelle just have like selective memory. All she thinks about is sneakers. She don't give a shit about anything else. You like me for real? Farming, mining, and timber. Those are the three major industries here in Roland. It's no exaggeration to say that these industries are what support Roland economically. The timber industry, which grows forest and in turn uses the trees as a resource, began at Queen Alcia's behest. Okay, so agriculture and mining and forestry. That's what our specialty is. Let's see here. It looks like my husband's gone to work. Better do the housework quickly and head out to take care of the shopping. Le shopping. My husband works in the Balga mine to the north of here. He left here at the crack of dawn. Sometimes he doesn't even come home for days on end. Okay. My daddy's job is digging holes, and he finds lots of pretty rocks inside. He says they're called septium. Septium, alright. Ah, that girl is so cute. Where? You gotta be courageous and talk to her. Where? Oh, Ellie, okay. Oh god, it's Ellie. She's back. She can't keep getting away with this. Good morning, Claire. Good morning, Estelle. And Josh, did you two really become bracers? What? How'd you know? That's because working in the media is my future goal. I'm going to join the Liberl News service and work hard as a reporter. Don't take my information lightly either. Oh, sure thing. My gut feeling says that the two of you are going to be in the tabloids. Ahaha. Well, thanks. Isn't it romantic that you two lovers are braces who stand for justice? I have this feeling that a juicy drama is about to unfold. Lovers? Oh, that's cute. Josh and I are lovers. We're family. Oh my god, so. You really don't understand anything, Estelle. Josh is adopted and things could go either way in the future, right? Plus, leaving it at that would surely please the readers. Damn, this girl about to make her own Trails in the Sky fanfic right here. But readers? Anyways, I'm looking forward to both of you in more ways than one. Hey, you know what I'm talking about. You'll see you in the sequel. At Bend Cafe. Yeah, sure, we can go to the cafe. Yes, I've already made arrangements regarding the lumber. I'm looking into the septium right now. Simon, listen to me and listen well. Right now is the time for us to purchase lumber and septium. Ignoring the potential risk, I'm going to buy as much as I can within the budget. Elisa, welcome. Star emoji. Oh, Estelle and Josh. It's been a while, hasn't it, Elisa? Is there something going on today? Could it be that you're on a date together? Yeah, right. We're actually on our way to bracer training now. Oh, is that all? Okay, so the entire town knows that we're not blood siblings, apparently. Everyone from Sunday school seems to have decided on a career or goal and is working hard to achieve it. As expected, you're a bit different than anyone else, though. What? Is there something wrong with that? No, not at all. I just thought it was very like you to pick the unusual route, that's all. Oh, that's right. Tio decided that she was going to help out at her parents' farm. She even said for all of us to go up and visit her sometime. That's what Tio decided on, huh? Farm. Crunch, smack, slurp. Chew, chew, chew. Gulp. I get so hungry working at the mines. Okay, so there's a wholesome pasta. I started working here because the owner said he'd let me manage the bar. After they started the morning and lunch service, however, I've been more of a waiter than anything else. Yep, and welcome to the 9 to 5. Now I can spend my money on French fries. Oh god. Okay, well I don't need it. What is convert? Trade Earth Sepith for Mira. Okay. Well, that's something I can do. What's up here? Let's see, yesterday's sales totaled... our breakfast service has been going really well. Sometimes my husband comes up with some good ideas. Oh, can I pick up this book? No. Okay, so nothing in the world is interactable, just the characters that you can talk to. Yo, Estelle and Josh, aren't you a pair of early birds today? Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Denzel. In response to the request of my customers, I started offering breakfast. Today's special is wholesome pasta. It's superbly al dente. Al dente. God, he speaks like my toy. Mucho bien. Now, what's over here? Aw, no barrel interaction. Cough, cough. Unbelievable. My husband knocked over his bookshelves again. The room is now so dusty I can't go inside. Oh god. Well, where's it knocked over? Glory of the Kingdom, Compendium of Augmented Technology. Glory to the Liberl Kingdom, the Septian Church, and the Bracer Guild. I wonder where that book I just bought the other day went. Looks like I'm gonna have to put these books in order. Oh god, indexing. Well, have fun with that. That boy. Where could Luke have gone? He took off without a bite of breakfast. Kids will do that. In a world without a smartphone. It's almost time to start a training, Estelle. Let's head on over to the guild house. Aw, alright. Okay, so I can't exactly free roam. I think I've been here already. No, I haven't. Melders, what? Hey, I'm still setting up shop. Ah, Estelle and Josh. You seem to be here rather early. Good morning, Mr. Melders. Good morning, sir. We appreciate you fixing that orbment light the other day. Speaking of ornament lights, isn't the one outside the house burned out? We should get that replaced ASAP. Orbits sure are a daily life necessity, aren't they? Well, when I was a lad, there weren't any of these orbment thingies. Now we can get fire and light with a mere flip of a switch, and even ships fly in the skies. Yet we somehow don't have smartphones. I don't like it. Don't you kids think things are way too convenient these days? Yeah, wait till AI starts taking over your life. Oh crap, there he goes again about the old days. Yeah, well, if you just learn to shut your big trap. When I was young, I made things a reality through hard work and sweat. Sweat, I tell you. I would just go into a workplace, slap my resume on a table, and get a job instantly. You're telling me you kids can't do that now? Fuck. It would be nice if the young kids these days knew the meaning of the phrase hard work. You're probably right. Josh is just disassociating from this conversation. Hey, if it isn't Josh and Estelle, how are your orbits working out for you that we tuned the other time we were here? In your case, Estelle, it's not whether the ornament is good or bad. The problem lies in the way you use it. You're always jumping into things without a second thought, so you end up being slow to learn. If you just start thinking before you start swinging, then you learn twice as much. Well, excuse me for sucking. There, no need to get upset. Everyone has these problems when they first start out. If you can get the hang of things, you'll gradually be able to handle them better. That's right. I'm gonna master using this as quick as I can and surpass even Josh. Yeah, whatever. When I first entered the Zeiss Central Factory, I pretty much couldn't use one of these things either. Even you couldn't use one, Freddy? Yeah, but I can still become an engineer even if I can't use one. But since you're aiming to become a bracer, you'll have to learn how. Okay, that'll have to do with combat most likely later. Okay, went into the cafe. What's over here? The clock tower. Mr. Paddington. Now I know where that voice is from. Oh. Oh, what do we got here? Cassius's nasty daughter and clever son, huh? Just when I thought you hadn't been around in a while, you show up all grown. Are you here every day, Mr. Paddington? The place has become somewhat of a new home for me. I intend to spend the remainder of my days guarding this clock. Ladder that goes to the observation deck. What's wrong, Estelle? Something on your mind? It's nothing, really. How about we climb up to the observation deck? Sure, I guess. I can't really see much, but wow. Man, that's beautiful. Alright, head out. Anything else along this boulevard? No. To be honest, it's a pretty big city, I'll have to say. Like, it's pretty damn big. I don't know how many more cities there are. Probably a lot, given that the game's opening. It looks like there's like a lot of places you can go to. Hotel Roland. Nice. Can I just come in here for free breakfast? Welcome to the Hotel Roland. Are you here to spend the night? Vern, it's us. Don't you remember? I know, I was just joking, Estelle. I was practicing my greeting just now. Oh, really? Did you ever notice that Vern teases people with a straight face while being courteous at the same time? That's probably because he can. Okay, what's behind the door? Employees only, alright. I'll have to sneak in. Oh god, all the rooms look alike. They're all the same. There's a hotel with only 3 rooms. This is the worst hotel ever. Okay, I can't go in there. Roland Chapel. Of course we have a church. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning. My, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua, good morning. Where are you off to this morning? Must be tough waking up so early. Is this Dragon Quest? Can I save at the church? It has been a while since I saw the both of you. I'm impressed to see you visiting the chapel so early in the morning. Good morning, Father Divine. His name is Father Divine. You were habitually late and played hooky more than a few days during your Sunday school days, Estelle. So have you changed your attitude on life since you graduated? Damn, these kids had to go to prep school. Yo, so did I. Waste of time, honestly. A bit, I guess. Looks like There is a little time before morning mass begins. So how about I give you both a special sermon? Oh god. No sir, I'll pass sir. No thanks. Why am I getting thrown into the mix here? Let me tell you about how Jesus grew up in the body of a fish. What? It's almost time for mass. My Alina's already here. I better hurry along. She's busy praying. Well, that's cool. You can go up here to the upper croft. Yo, I used to sleep in the upper croft. So like I went to a Catholic elementary school, right? And sometimes I would be late for mass because mass would always happen every Friday. So what I would do is I would before entering the church, I would sneak into the upper croft and I would sleep, because when they were singing like the outro song for mass, it would be like an alarm, right? It would wake me up because I didn't have a phone back then. And I would just join my class on the way out, be like, all right, cool, I'll get some more sleep before, so I don't have to attend mass, because mass was just like the same fucking, like, hey, who are these guys? The same sermon every day. Take me with you, I'm the one who told you about the place to begin with. Take me with you, I'm the one who told you okay, wait. Okay, now, wait, what the fuck? They're just saying the same thing? Okay, so when you talk to moving characters, you don't have to press A, just get close to them. I think that's everything, right? Yeah, I believe so. I went into the Orbital. I went into the Renon. Elgers, yep. Wait, did I go into... I did go into General Goods, yeah. That's the Bracer Guild, yeah. And this is the hotel. No, the chapel. The hotel's up there. Yeah, I went into the clock tower. Septian calendar 1075, erected in partnership with the Liberl royal family, Septian Church and Roland City. 1192, destroyed during the Hundred-Day War when Roland was bombarded by the Erebonian Imperial Army. 1197, rebuilt with the cooperation of the citizens of Roland. Okay, so there was a war here before. The Imperial Army. Abed Bar. Yeah, whenever people say Imperial Army, that like flashes me back to like so many different animes, because there's just so many animes that use Imperial Army as like a title. Let's head on in. There you are, you two. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Josh. Ina. Good morning. Is Shara here already? Yeah, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to the both of you. Thanks. We'll do our best. Alright. Once you finish today's training... Okay, cool. Same as always. No new dialogue. I can't take a bounty. Oh, that's her from the cutscene. Charizard. The Star and the Hanged Man. The Hermit and the Magician. And last of all, Inversion through the Wheel of Fortune. I see. So you've played Persona 5 too. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, Shara. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Josh. This is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. Since it's my last day at training, I figured, why not? I'm ready to get the show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm. I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that high-spirited attitude of yours holds up. I hope you're ready. I can feel the enthusiasm dropping already. Quiet, you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head instead of letting it dribble out of your ears like it usually does. Why is Estelle actually me? Like, I'll be having a conversation with someone and they'll just like say something and I'm listening, I'm hearing them, and then they're like, so what do you think? And I'm just like, I have no idea what you just said. I'm sorry. Why, Josh? Shara's picking on me. Don't worry, Shara. While Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework, acts rashly, is over naive, and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything, her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an ornament with some practice. Eventually. Probably. I guess there's not much I can do now except hope for the best. Hold on a sec, Josh. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Shara, were you trying to predict what your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Oh, this? I was just trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret these cards correctly. He's like, I see. Unfortunately, you have to be the protagonist in the Trails in the Sky 2 and the Trails in the Sky 3. How unfortunate. You couldn't read the cards? Now that's surprising to hear. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. That's not important now. I think it's time to start your final training. I'll give you a brief rundown on the information you've covered on your previous training. This is the minimal level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively. And Estelle, make sure you pay close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. Okay. Let's just go down the list. Orbments are mechanical devices that operate by using what is known as orbal energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and type of quartz or processed septium. Although it's been about 50 years since their invention, these devices play an integral role in the facets of life, from light heaters and other everyday... Okay, so they're basically just materia from Final Fantasy. In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as orbal revolution. Alright, bracers? Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. Okay, so they're like the town guard. They aid the community in various ways, such as fucking hell, I hate summers. I can't breathe. Such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. The Bracer Guild, which has established bracers along the continent, manages the affairs of the bracers in each region. Okay. About the Liberl Kingdom. The Kingdom of Liberl, in which the city sits, is on the western half of the Zemurian continent. I'm sorry, this map is so 240p, I can't... Okay, so we're on the right. That's Roland right there. There's Bose, what was that, Granite, and Ruan. Alright. And abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Liberl is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium on the continent and is known for its high level of technology used to develop orbments. Orbment technology has been a key pillar of support for Liberl in protecting its independence as it has contended with neighboring nations. Okay. 10 years ago, when Liberl was invaded by the Erebonian Empire... Okay, so this entire continent is known as Liberl, and the Erebonian Empire, so Erebonia or whatever, is just someplace else. And we read that on the clock tower. It was the use of orbital power airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now our relation with the Empire is somewhat sensitive, but thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberl enjoys peace. Alright. I'm ready for the quiz. Let's see, we got a mountain of stuff to do today. I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practical proportion of your training. Shara, how is today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, that means you will be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I'm going to have the both of you run through everything as if this were a real bracer job. So what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at a desk involved? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'll make sure to have you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes, that's seriously just what the doctor ordered. I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at a desk. I guess I got all worried for nothing. Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle. Let's just hope that smile on your face will last until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Let's have at it. Your first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you will be performing. But before that, there is something that we need to give to both of you. Ina, are they ready? Yes, they are. Alright, you two, go get one for each of yourselves. These are very important, so make sure not to lose them. Bracer notebook. Bracer notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of your current job. Also, anything you may hear or anything that you may find and wear. These kinds of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down. Understood. Crap, this sounds like it's going to be a pain. The duality of bracers. Oh, please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. I'm sure there were two. Keeping it as accurate amount of events is an important duty for all bracers. So get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle. Okay, I got it. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Yo, Estelle has all the characteristics to be an Atelier protagonist. Look over by the door. You can see that there's a bulletin board standing there. First, I want you to go check the job description posted there. When it's approached, an exclamation mark will appear. Pressing the OK button will display the job list. By selecting the job names on the list, you can view their details. Okay. Okay, this one. Training retrieval. Client Sherazard. I get $500 for this? Damn. This training involves searching the sewers beneath Roland and bringing back the contents of a chest. Okay. Details on the job confirmed on the bulletin board and other important events will be automatically recorded into the Bracer Notebook. The Bracer Notebook can be easily found by clicking on the Books tab of the item menu. It can also be accessible by configuring the Bracer Book shortcut on the Configuration menu. Okay. Very good. Looks like you're able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a Bracer performs on their job. Checking regularly to see whether or not any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for bracers. Man, all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style. Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the job themselves. I think being a bracer calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude. I guess you're right. I'll just have to be more motivated. Is that so? Has had a change of heart, have you? You betcha. Well, before all that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task. What will we be doing this time? We'll be headed across the street to Mr. Melder's Orbital Factory and learning about how to use its services. He has graciously taken time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure you be on your best behavior. Okay. Alright, now we're here. Here's what you will learn how to use an Orbital Factory services. At the Orbital Factory, you can modify your orbments and synthesize support quartz in order to use Orbital arts. Arts have a wide range of effects, and if mastered, can be extremely helpful. The bracer business is a pretty risky operation, so the guild has had a long-standing relation with these Orbital factories. Anyways, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the experts. So Mr. Melders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here. Oh god, it's the guy who fucking talks about the old days. So, what is it that you would like to know? Let's go down the list. Orbments are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of quartz. Okay. By definition, that means that lights, airship engines, and so on are also types of orbments. However, the ones that we will be discussing today are battle orbments, which enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magic. Since each orbment is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structure of these devices also differ for each owner. Okay, so they're just like, it's actually just materia. Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be opened at an Orbital factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of sepith too. EP, which is needed for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. So what is it you would like to know? Orbital arts. Magic, which can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle orbments. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the orbital energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since orbital arts can be a mouthful, they are almost universally referred to as arts. Probably ought to have them been called that from the get-go. It's smart. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, their corresponding quartz must first be synthesized at an orbital factory. Okay, so are arts supposed to be like my interchangeable skills, I guess? Orbments are also set up that once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the order will be able to use those arts. Yeah, okay, they're skills. The type of arts one can also use changes depending on the elemental value and the combination of installed quartz. Basically, if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install quartz and a water elemental value. Okay? In reality, orbments are much more complex than what I described, but I think this information should suffice for now. Oh god. Fucking JRPGs. Quartz are circuits made from sepith. Okay. I'm assuming quartz is like a natural resource that I can get. They have a vast amount of effects and raise the owner's abilities while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. However, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until quartz has been installed into a slot. Okay. There are also fixed slots in which only a certain type of elemental... Of course, there is also different types of quartz too. This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your orbment and decide where you will be installing it ahead of time. Okay, so basically there's different quartz. You have to simultaneously insert it with the correct type of orbiment, and then once you have the correct orbiment and the correct type of quartz, you can use the orbital arts, which is then a elemental type of skill for that specific character. That's what I understand so far. Sepith. So what is sepith? Sepiths are fragments of septium which are dropped by monsters. Okay, so this is the raw material. They are divided into 7 types: earth, water, fire, wind, time, space, mirage. Excuse me? Why can't we just have the simple fire, water, ice, wind, earth, air? Like, why do we need space and mirage? Okay. Sepith can be exchanged for Mira almost anywhere, but at the orbital factory, it can be used to synthesize quartz and to open orbiment slots in which to install the synthesized quartz. Okay, so this is what I want to be grinding. So what is it? Okay, got it. All right. It looks like Mr. Meldus has answered all your questions. If there's nothing else, then let's have you both try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some sepith. Okay. With that amount, you two should be able to synthesize a few quartz. Now I want you to begin by first making an elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular orbments. In any case, Estelle, any elemental quartz is okay, but for you, Josh, it has to be a time elemental quartz. Sorry, Josh. Protagonist privileges only granted to Estelle. Normally at a shop you would be able to exchange sepith for Mira, but for this training you will not be able to use this service. Upon approaching the counter, a talk mark will appear. Press the OK button, modify or trade. If you need to use the orbital factory, give Freddy a holler over there. Wait, did she just... Oh shit, that's so cool, she moves. Nice. Alright. Modify? Okay, so I need to make quartz. Speed 10%, agility 1, strength 5, defense 5. I mean, some of this seems really good right off the bat, like max HP 5%. Like, that's kind of good. Maybe I've been playing too much Elden Ring Night Rain, but yeah, like 5% HP, that's pretty damn good. You know what? I'll get speed. Speed's pretty good. Oh wait. Josh can only equip time, right? Okay, so in that case, I'll make HP for Estelle. Yeah. Oh, right, now I need to slot it. Openable, all quartz, okay. Oh, I see. So it costs 30 of every quartz to open the slot. 50, 80. Okay, so I should focus on this, because then I can only slot it in this one here. Wait, and then Josh. Wow, 120, okay. How do I actually... Hold on. I think I need to put it in here. Status. No. Equip? No, not equip. Orbment, that's what it is. Okay. So all quartz. And then I'll put the HP on her. Oh wow, this gives me 2 orbital arts already. Can I see what it does? How do I view the skills? Tier. Heals 200 HP for 1 ally. Shoots a heavy stream of water at enemies. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so each of them have their own orbital arts, but like it doesn't tell you when you make the actual quartz. By the way, the reason why I'm not really being overwhelmed by this is kind of because this reminds me of Xenoblade Chronicles when I played this on the Wii, where it's like these little orb jewel things kind of grant you your abilities. Well, not abilities, but your stats. Okay, he can only equip time quartz only, clock up, and soul blur. What does that do? Speeds up the flow of time, emits a time-space shaking pulse. Okay, so we got that. Oh, so you finished installing your quartz, have you? Since you have both recovery and attack arts set up, it appears that you don't need any more instructions from me about how to do this task. If you balance your arts out between each other like you've been doing here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. Additionally, your bracer notebooks contain info about which quartz allows you to use which arts. If you'd like to use more powerful arts, check on the arts and quartz charts in your bracer notebook and find something that works for you. Alright, our training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open up a new slot in your orbments. The more slots you have available to you, the broader range of choice you'll have. Since EP, which is consumed by using arts, can have its max value increased by opening up slots, it would be a good idea to open them all early on. Now I want you to use this Sepith and open a slot on each of your orbits. Go ahead and decide which slot you're going to open. Or how about, you know, give me all your Sepith so I can unlock everything right now. Okay, so I have 50, 30, 50, 50. I mean, Estelle's just seems like the best because Josh has limited ones here, whereas Estelle just has all quartz for everything. So I mean, it's kind of good. I'll just do that one. So you managed to open one of your orbment slots, Estelle. Since your central slot is not limited to a particular element, you are free to install any type of quartz you like. That concludes your training here at the Orbital Factory. Now it's time to move on to what you've both been waiting for, the qualification test. Pardon? Did you just say test? You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you? Did I remind you just this morning? Ah ha ha ha. Now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk about those lines at the breakfast table. Sometime I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Oh well, no sense in worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area. You mean like now? I don't know if I'm ready for... How about a little less yapping and a little more walking? Oh god. Oh shit, she's grabbing her by the tail. Josh, help me. Mr. Melders, Freddy, thank you for all the help. Don't mention it. Good luck with that test of yours. I'll be rooting for you. I'm going to remember that you left me high and dry like this. All your training has finally come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point. Understood. Yo, Estelle already completely forgot. What's wrong, Estelle? Shara? What now? I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something? Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? You just read what it said on the bulletin board not too long ago, right? Yeah, and I even made you jot down what you read in the Bracer notebooks, unless you forgot that too. I'm pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. O divine Idios, I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon us such wonderful gifts as sewers. So what you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test. No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital Factory. Ah, I can already feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in the classroom are starting to feel like my grand memories indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll all be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, that's enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test. How about the both of you try to at least look a little anxious? Just so you know though, if you do happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you. We'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, then how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results on your test? Anyways, as you both saw on the bulletin board, the test will be a search conducted in Roland sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which has been placed somewhere within the area. The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so don't worry about getting lost either. However, there are real, living, breathing monsters down there, so if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Let me give you this before I forget. Tear Bomb. Monster Guide. What's the book for? It's called a Monster Guide and it's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in there. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. You really got a good head on your shoulders, Josh. That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Shara. Well, put it to good use. Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knock out this test. Yo, everyone in this game is going to be shitting on Estelle until, you know, she beats the Demon Lord in like the third game. Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure we treat it as such. And actually, this is where I'm going to end the first episode because, what am I even looking at here? Magic 1? Hello? Did I just walk to an Excel sheet? What is this? Oh no, this is like a help guide, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Wow, okay. You know what? I am going to look into this in my own time because, yeah, that is a lot, damn. Oh, this is a memo. Oh, this is my guide that Shara gave me. Wait, how do I look at the rodent guide? B is still the menu, okay. Eraser notebook. Monster guide. Wow, there's actually not that many enemies. Oh, it's only in Roland, I see. Or maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, but this is actually where I'm going to end the first episode because we are pretty much done, at least the tutorial part. So I think we're just kind of ready to pick off next time. Also, I'm going to put an air in my room a bit because it gets so hot after just an hour. So I'll see you tomorrow.